Hey everybody, it is Brad Ross here along with Mr. Jack Turk. How are you tonight, Jack?
I'm doing spectacularly well, Brad. And how are you doing this evening?
Well, I am amazing. I am, it was a great fall day here in New Jersey, and lots of good things cooking. And thank you for inviting me to share some great strategy tonight with all of your guys. I really appreciate it.
Hey, one thing I really love, Brad, is your enthusiasm, your energy, and the fact you're a doer. And I think that right there should be enough to get everybody motivated tonight, because people who take action are the people who succeed. And you definitely have taken action. Oh gosh, I've known you, Brad, now about 10 years?
Yeah, at
10
least
years,
10,
like
11 years now, I think it is.
Yeah, for quite some time. You're now like twice the age you were when I met you.
I still look the same. I can't seem to age, but I think that's a good problem to have, right?
Good for you. I say the same thing, but nobody else agrees. But
Oh, trust me, the new granddaughter you have, she'll keep you young. That's what it's all about.
Indeed.
Well, tonight, one of the things that, Jack and I, for everyone listening, thank you also for all of you joining us on here tonight. We've got a pretty packed group of folks, and thank you all for spending a little bit of time with us and not watching football or whatever else is on television tonight, and hanging out with us. You guys are certainly the cream of the crop. Looking to take your magic business to a whole new level, and that's one thing that again, Jack mentioned that we've been friends for the past decade plus, and that's one thing that Jack and I have always shared the passion for, is the magic marketing and truly reaching out to folks, helping people grow their businesses. Even when we were sitting in your seats listening to folks lecture and speak at the original Dave D conferences 10 plus years ago, we always had a passion for the business side. Jack, of course, being an amazing copywriter and able to string all these words together to make people buy ice in the winter. That's so much about what we're here to share with you guys tonight is some strategies to motivate you and to propel you hopefully to another level in your magic business. No matter where you guys are tonight, I know Jack attests to this, no matter where you are tonight, there's always another level to get to. Wouldn't you agree, Jack?
Oh, absolutely. And it may be like a parallel level that you really want to go into. It may be just another market you think is worth exploring and you just got a passion for it. Or it could be you're exploiting your existing talents and existing markets in ways that you never even considered possible. There's always growth opportunities in your career and your business.
And that's one of the most important things too, is never stopping learning. That's something that any good marketer, any good business person, any good magician, I mean, doctor, lawyer, doesn't matter who you are, what you do. I would hate to go. I think I heard it was Marvin Roy several years ago when I was many years ago, actually, at this point. I was a teenager. I think I was 13 or 14, and I heard Marvin Roy do a lecture, and he said, I would hate to go to a doctor who told me he did not keep up on the latest practices of medicine. And I would hate to go to a lawyer who told me he or she did not keep up on the latest practices of law. So as a magician, as a business person, it is so vitally important that we continue our education and are always looking for that next step, what we can do to take our business to the next level, and in turn really be able to change our life, which is where we start our presentation here this evening, with a private invitation that I've got for everybody. And the private invitation is something that is exclusively for magicians, entertainers, and small business entrepreneurs who are looking to be number one in their marketplace. For folks that are not satisfied with the result that they've been getting in their businesses, folks like the men and women that you see on the screen right now, who were all part of my first workshop, It Factor Live, in 2011, and then the folks you see on your screen right now who were part of my workshop in It Factor Live 2012 last year. Those are folks that wanted to make a major difference in their professional and their personal lives. And what It Factor Live is all about is it is the only look behind the curtain, hands-on, nothing held back, transformational, how to create big-time profits for your business workshop, guaranteed to give you more income, more customers, prospects, celebrity status, and freedom. It Factor Live was an outstanding and amazing 3 days that literally changed lives and careers forever. And in our webinar here tonight, we're going to be sharing with you just a small fraction of what you can do to achieve similar results to the folks that have attended my workshops It Factor Live, and how you can start applying them to your business. But first, a little bit of a warning. It may sound harsh, but you don't want to keep watching this webinar anymore if spending at least a small amount of time each month focusing in on your marketing and growing your business is not something you're interested in doing. If you just want to continue putting out fires and not focusing in on what's really going to give you the payoff, there's nothing going to be here for you tonight on this webinar. You don't want to keep watching this webinar if being financially independent, exceptionally successful, and achieving celebrity status that you never thought possible is beyond your comprehension. The reality is, and Jack knows this as well, is that so much is at our fingertips. We're able to grasp so much, but Jack said it earlier, it's all about taking action. You see, some magicians and business owners and entrepreneurs are fine with stagnant or declining earnings, content with the quote-unquote waited out until this dreaded economy changes for the better. And the reality is that to focus on new, proven marketing methods that will change your business and increase your profits forever, if that's not what you're willing to do and you want to just keep on doing the same old thing, should they be on the webinar tonight, Jack, if they want to do the same old thing?
I don't think that would be a good choice for them to be. I think if you, that's not. Go watch the football game. You want to keep doing the same thing? Go watch the football game, and you'll get out of that what you're going to get out of that.
Exactly.
If you're a Lions fan, you're going to defeat. That's what you'll get.
If you're a Giants fan, you just go watch them lose again, I guess. You see, it used to be that magicians and business owners were working harder and doing better. When I started out as a teenager doing magic in the 90s, we had our Yellow Pages ads. We, would wait for the phone to ring. And the harder you worked, or so-called pounded the pavement, it seemed the better you would do. You would reach out to people, put business cards everywhere, and people would just call you, take your word that you were the best in the marketplace and you were the one to do. If you had it was always that the biggest Yellow Pages ads always had the biggest return in those days. And unfortunately, that's the way it used to be. You see, you'd have a good, solid product, aka your show, even just an okay or a good show. You'd place your ad in the Yellow Pages, and then you'd wait by the phone for the shows to pour in, and you could make some really good dough. And it was as simple as that. It was kind of like the golden age. People would take your word for it. You could describe your show over the phone. 45-minute audience participation comedy magic show with a balloon animal for every kid and your child as the star. Wonderful. Let's book it. It sounds good. But then something changed, and it's as if someone hit a giant change button, and technology came, and technology changed the world that we live in. We went from doing business in black and white to literally doing business in what seemed to be a spectrum of color and possibilities. And it was almost as if someone changed it overnight. And Jack, I know you as a technology guy, you were, getting into as search engine optimization and AdWords before anybody on the block was doing it. And wasn't it like it all just kind of, it was like, technology threw up all over the magic world, and it was no longer about the Yellow Pages.
Yeah, I think what happened was the demographic moved. The world moved on. Depends on if you're I guess I'm going to give this, if you are targeting a specific demographic that still uses the Yellow Pages, that may well work. Possibly for grandparents and stuff, as opposed to moms and dads. But especially for like birthday parties right now and young kids, you're talking men and women in their Brad?
20s and 30s, yeah.
Yeah, they are not looking in the Yellow Pages. That's not where they go. Their fingers don't do the walking anymore. Their fingers do the
fingers do the typing is where it is. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So the world kind of changed, and what we basically achieved with the advent of technology in business, well, it allowed us to globally connect with suppliers, outsources, employees, and customers all over the world to be able to have the internet literally at our fingertips. Allowed us to learn from teachers, mentors, and gurus without ever leaving the comfort of your own home. We're all learning here tonight, each and every one of us, and we're all sitting in our own respective homes all over the country and even in other countries. It enabled us to find anything, anyone at any time from a little global positioning, a little GPS device, also known as a wireless phone, aka an iPhone or an Android, the size of an old
Mm-hmm.
1980 cassette tape. We now carry that with us, and it's a GPS, basically. It can find anything and anyone at the tip of our fingers, no matter where we are. And the advent of technology in business has given us the power to, better than any other time in history, be our own boss, run a successful business with the greatest of ease and possibilities. Again, better and more so than at any other time in history. So even today in 2013, I still see that magicians and small business owners are working harder, but they're not getting the better results. They're getting frustrated because they can't figure out a way to make it all work and have it make sense. And what I've discovered through my own private coaching program and hosting webinars and events, live events, is that many people sadly have no clear plan or structured roadmap. Which equals poor results and, in the worst case scenario, fewer dollars in your pocket. So it draws us back to the question of, why the heck did I even get started in show business to begin with? You certainly didn't get started in show business because you found that it was going to be the easy way to make money. Not in that, not at all. You got started in this business because A, your passion for truly entertaining people. B, your love for magic and making people smile. And C, for freedom and independence, to be able to be your own boss, to not have to get up every morning at 5 and drive to work and sit in the cubicle or sit in front of a computer or take direction from someone else. No, to be your own boss, wake up each day, maybe spend more time with your kids, to be able to be with your family, to provide for your family, to have that security, and to be able to, again, live the passion, to love, do what you love and love what you do, as I always say, and to achieve a level of success that you're proud of, not someone else's level of success, not putting in all the time and not getting the kind of results that you know you deserve and should be achieving. But what I find, Jack, a lot, and you probably have found this too, what I like to call the blame game, or the no fault game. You see, when business is good, people often give the credit to themselves. They say, well, business is good. I'm booking all these shows. I'm making all this money. My marketing must have been doing the trick, or my show is the best that there is. And we give ourselves the credit. But it's also a no fault game when the coin is flipped over to the other side. In other words, when business is bad, who seems to get the credit? Oh, it's the economy. The economy took a downturn, so
Yeah.
it couldn't be my marketing. It couldn't be my show. The economy is just, it's destroying everything, and people just don't spend money on magicians, and people just don't hire magicians, and no one wants to book a magician anymore. Well, no, that's just simply playing the blame game. And instead of saying, you know what, maybe something in the environment changed around me. Maybe I need to take a look at how I'm marketing myself. And maybe I'm just assuming that my marketing is working, and maybe it's really not performing the results. And Jack, this goes back to our training of testing. I mean, would you ever run a marketing campaign, and if you got poor results, just assume, well, there's some other external factor, and I guess I'll just keep doing the same thing? Or would you actually test it?
I, of course, you test it. You run multiple marketing campaigns simultaneously, and you see one. You match one against the other, and you see what's working and what's not. You continually upgrade your capabilities based on testing.
And the folks that don't do that, again, are the folks that play the blame game. The folks that just say, well, it didn't work. It's also, Jack, as you and I know, we come from a direct marketing world, and all of your guys certainly know that's your background, is direct marketing and mailings and mail campaigns. Can you imagine, just sending out one brochure to a list of, 500 people and saying, oh, well, I didn't get any calls from it, so I guess that's the end.
Yeah,
That's
that's where you
that
get to think. Yep, yep, they
that
do it all the time. Oh,
Yep.
direct mail doesn't work. That
It's the old blame game again. It's folks just keep on doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And as we know, that is the definition of insanity. Well, in this new economy, working harder and longer is not necessarily going to give you the results. Working harder and longer can create burnout and exhaustion. And notice I didn't say in this down economy or this bad economy, because it's not. It's simply a new economy. Dan Kennedy talks about that. This is a new economy. And how we do business in this new economy is a new way of marketing ourselves. And if you're doing business in 2013, moving into 2014, we're in the last quarter getting ready to approach. And if you're doing business in the end of 2013, beginning of 2014, the same way you were doing business in 2005, in 1995, and 1985, chances are you're going to see very, very serious declining results, because that's not how people do business anymore. The reality is that financial freedom does lie just ahead if you regain control over your business and your life. And when you regain control of your business and your life, in turn, you'll be able to enjoy an above par lifestyle. You'll be able to travel, spend time with your family, as Jack was just mentioning. He's going to be visiting his 2-year-old baby granddaughter in Arkansas, and he just got back from there. You'll be able to do those kinds of things. And in turn, you'll be able to create an interesting and an exciting life with security. But you can't do that when your life is controlled gig to gig, paycheck to paycheck, phone call to phone call. And if you're waiting for the phone to ring, then you are using what I call reactive marketing. You're just reacting. Now, of course, in business, we want to react to the opportunities that come at us. But what about the slow times, the dead times, where you cannot react because there's nothing coming in? That's where you have to shift, and that's where you need to become proactive. You need to go out there and seek the opportunities. Anyone that knows me or has ever heard me speak knows that I'm a big advocate and believer that opportunity will knock for everyone. Many opportunities throughout your career and your life, umpteen opportunities. But if you're not prepared when that opportunity knocks, if you don't recognize the opportunity, or you don't even open the shades and the curtains on your window to look out the door and see that there's an opportunity knocking, you're never going to be able to regain control over your life, and you're certainly never going to be able to regain control over your business. I mean, when we look at how I got started, I'm not any smarter than you. I just did a video this past weekend that I put out on YouTube, and I said, I was not a straight A student. I'm not any smarter than folks, than you guys listening. I'm not any luckier than you. I don't have some magical power, some magical vitamin that I take every single day that gives me success. I got started, the little boy you see on your screen right now is me in my basement at 5 years old, having a magician perform at my birthday party. That's how I got started. It's the classic story. We all have it. How we got interested in magic. We saw a magician. We fell in love with magic. We got bitten by the bug, as we say it. And that was the day that I started out, and I said, I want to be a magician. And I pursued that dream. I just did it. I didn't have anyone guiding me outside of those that I sought out. Jack can attest to this. I studied my butt off. When I didn't have the money, I invested the money. I maxed out my credit cards to go to Dave D conferences, to buy everyone's marketing products, because I knew that I needed to learn from people who were doing what I wanted to be doing. I knew I needed to learn from the folks that were living the dreams I wanted to live day in and day out. And guess what? I did it. When I wanted to dominate the birthday party market, I studied every last thing that Dave D had to share, and I dominated my New Jersey birthday party market. I was doing 25 and 30 shows a month and not charging little amounts of money either. The cost of living in New Jersey is very expensive. I tapped out in that market charging $4 and $4.50 for a birthday show, a 45-minute birthday show, when the rest of my competition was charging $2 and $2.50. So how was I able to get higher dollar amounts in that market? I was doing the same dove pan, the same squared circle, the same peanut butter and jelly, the same hat tear, but I was positioning myself. I wasn't selling myself as the generic magician. I was branding myself as something unique. And I pursued that market. I prospered in that market. I went on to work theme parks like Six Flags. In fact, it was 10 years ago this year when I booked my first theme park gig in 2003, because that was my dream. I could have stayed in the birthday party market, the local market, and I could have been financially very satisfied, because at the age of 23, I purchased my very own townhome right out of college. I could have stayed, but I didn't want to stay in that market because I wasn't satisfied. We said it earlier at the start tonight. that there's always another level to climb to. There's always another rung on the ladder. When I wanted to work theme parks, I knew I wanted to work theatrical markets. I pursued that market and I branded myself. I went out and I sought the folks who were working in that market and I studied with them. When I wanted to work cruise ships, like the photo you see here on the screen from when I was working Holland America Line, also in 2003. Those first really big experiences 10 years ago really helped shape my destiny and helped me realize I'm going to pursue this and I'm going to keep on going. And I began living the dreams that I had, which culminated in 2005 when I booked the world tour of Disney Live Presents Mickey's Magic Show. There I am levitating Princess Jasmine, sitting there with Goofy. I mean, these are iconic Disney characters. I grew up a Disney kid loving these characters, and here I was at the age of 25 getting to tour the world as a co-star of Mickey Mouse. It was literally a dream come true. Again, it didn't happen because I knew the right people. I didn't know any of the right people. I grew up as the son of an orthodontist who knew how to straighten teeth and a school teacher, a kindergarten school teacher, who had no idea, as much as they wished they could have introduced me to the right people, they had no idea how to get me started in entertainment because it was so far out from the lives they grew up. My dad grew up on a farm and became a dentist and then an orthodontist. My mom grew up in suburban New Jersey and became a teacher. They didn't know anything about show business, about entertainment. They always told me, Brad, we wish we knew what direction to point you in. So I did the only thing I could do. I took the advice of parents who were educated and followed their own passions for living an educated life, and I studied. I went to college, I studied television and film, and even though I was studying television and film and communications, I knew I needed to study entertainment and I knew I needed to study marketing, which is when I found Dave D and I sought after him. I started learning from all the people that he could bring to the table at the conferences that he would put together. And in turn, I started networking and I started living my dreams. And that was the key of it all. And in 2010, when I was awarded the Merlin Award for Best International Family Entertainer, it solidified everything that I had been working on. And that's what the key here is, guys. If I can do it, I'm no different than you. I put my pants on one leg at a time. I get up and I brush my teeth first thing in the morning. If I can do it, you can too. There's no secret here. I didn't want to just do what everyone else does. I didn't want to just graduate from college, sit at a desk job, and dream every day of what it would be like if I actually could be a magician and follow that dream. You see, being number two, I believe, carries huge consequences. I wanted to be number one in the marketplace. So when I dominated the birthday party market in my local area of New Jersey, which, mind you, is not like a very small market like, in Wyoming or West Virginia. We have a lot of darn magicians here in New Jersey, New York, in this tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, even more than tri-state. Connecticut's not too far away either. Delaware as well. And there's tons of magicians here. But I was able to dominate the market again because I positioned myself, I branded myself, and I sought out the help of those who I knew could take me to the next level. And I promised Jack that I was going to give you some top secret information here tonight, some top secret stuff. Well, I can promise you that my top secret tip, if you walk away with nothing else from tonight's presentation, is that my number one marketing secret of all time is consistent application of the concepts that I was learning at conferences and workshops. And Jack can tell you the exact same thing. That's how Jack and I first met, was at one of the Dave D conferences. And Jack, would you not agree that you are where you are today because of attending conferences, reaching out and learning from folks on a regular basis?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I have actually stated at events with Dave that was the turning point in my life. That was a clear, it saved my butt from the corporate world where I would have been laid off within 2 months after I left to form my own business in 2006. 2 months later, everybody in that studio was fired and
Wow.
gone. And had I not made the investment starting several years before that in learning how to market myself and learning some of the core concepts of developing your USP, your unique selling proposition, learning how to build skills in areas of marketing and sales and customer service, and really understand copywriting, all those things, had I not gone that path and instead just stayed in the corporate world going, oh, I just do a good job, they'll keep me on and reward me, et cetera, that was a delusion. And for many people I worked with, that delusion fell apart very quickly and very painfully because they had not taken those steps. And so I'm very thankful that I'd made the investments. I took the time, put in the hours after work, the hours, and getting up. Brad, I know you're this kind of person. You get up early, you stay up late, you focus on taking action on things that matter. Like you said, great tip, repeated, consistent action on proven principles will get you the results you desire.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. And look, nothing is easy out there. If you want to have a life where you don't have to have any pressure, you don't have to learn new skills, you don't have to be responsible for learning copywriting, for learning sales and customer service and marketing techniques, as Jack was just mentioning, guess what? There's a whole workforce you can join. You've got to punch in at 9 and punch out at 5 and have a very limited vacation time, very limited amounts of freedom, but you can do that. But I know that's not why you're on here with us tonight. I know that's why you're sitting here in front of your computer screen, your laptop, your iPad, and you're learning from Jack and I, is because you know that hard work pays off. Again, hard work for me paid off at a very early age. I'm very blessed and very lucky that I was able to work my butt off and be able to recognize the opportunities. And as I mentioned, the photo you see here on the screen is me in front of the townhouse development in the model, actually, as the housing development there was being built. And I was able to purchase my very own townhouse fresh out of college, a kid 23 years old, when most of my peers and friends from college were looking for jobs, and they were, lucky if they were making $20,000 or $30,000 a year for a full-time job living at home with their parents. And here I was purchasing a $400,000 plus house that I could be proud to live in and come to after I was done with my day of shows doing birthday parties. And this was, people always say to me, oh, that must have been after he did Disney, he was able to purchase a house and do all that. No, this was before Disney was even a glimmer in my eye or a hope. This was from birthdays. This was from a local business market when at the age of 23, I was able to bring home over $100,000 worth of profit each year because I was working my butt off. Again, doing what I had to do to get my name out there, to brand myself, to position myself, and never stopping until I succeeded. That's what the key is, that the hard work did pay off. But what about the secrets of success, you ask? What are secrets of success that you can apply? Well, number one, I credit all of my success to being prepared when opportunity knocks. I gave you that big hint a little earlier. Number two, secret to success, I believe, is thinking outside of the box. If you want to think in the box, well, then get yourself a job working in a box, as Tony Robbins says, in a little cubicle in a box, sitting in front of a box, eating your breakfast out of a box. And then when you come home at the end of the day, what does he say? You sit down in front of the box and you may drink a cylinder to try and change your state. I love that Tony Robbins quote. Thinking outside of the box is where the magic happens. That's literally where the magic happens. Because when you think inside of the box, you're doing what you've always done and getting what you've always gotten. And that's fine for 98% of the population. But there's 2% of the population that's willing to do something different. 2% of the population that's willing to try something different, that's willing to take a risk. So being prepared when opportunity knocks. Number two is thinking outside of the box. And number three, being the first in your niche to do new things. If you know that the competition is doing A or B or C, why would you go and do A, B, or C? Why wouldn't you try and represent yourself by doing D, E, and F? I mean, insert whatever you want into those slots. But it's kind of like when one magician in a market gets a logo by a great designer. Every other magician wants to get that same logo designed by that same designer. Why? Why would you want the same thing that someone else is already doing? That's certainly not being first in your niche to do new things. You see, when you apply these concepts, you capture your dominant market share. You become the leading authority, not your competitor, and you get to charge higher prices. If you're doing something outside of the box, guess what? It's not something that everyone else in your market is doing. You get to charge the higher price. It's different. When you're the first in your marketplace, you set the bar. You get to charge higher prices, not the competition. Isn't that what we all want at the end of the day? I mean, of course we're passionate. Of course we want to make people happy. That's why we got into magic. But at the end of the day, we do have to judge some of the success of our business in dollars and cents. And if at the end of a project, we can look, or at the end of a year, the quarter, whatever, however you look at your numbers, if you look at your bank account and you're not having the success you know you should deserve, or if you're teeter-tottering on, I may have to get out of magic, I may have to get a real job, the problem then becomes, okay, what am I doing wrong? So if you're looking at your business right now and you're thinking, gosh, Brad may be right, I'm bordering on that level of I'm not making what I know I deserve. I'm not making what I should be making. Chances are you're thinking in the box. You're just representing yourself as what I like to call, or I wish I didn't have to call it this, but what I end up having to call the generic magician. The generic magician is the same guy that has the typical top hat and wand logo, that does nothing new out of the box, that advertises the same 45-minute comedy magic audience participation show with balloon animals and your child as the star. And of course, I'm generalizing for the kids market, but you can apply it to any market, of course. But that generic magician is representative of when people want to save money. Let me give you another example to bring it back to earth here. When you go into Walmart and you want to save money and you need a painkiller, you might not buy Tylenol. You may just want to save a few bucks and buy the Equate version. What is Equate? It is Walmart's generic brand. Why are you buying the generic brand instead of the name brand? Do you really love Equate, the Equate brand from Walmart? No, it's generic. You save money. When the doctor gives you a prescription and he tells you, yeah, you could just get the generic. It's the same, but it's cheaper. What is generic associated with cheaper? When all of a sudden you are represented as the generic magician, you wear the same black pants, vest covered in cards or balloons, and button-down shirt, and your competition wears the exact same outfit, and your other competition wears the exact same outfit, and you're standing in front of the same gray fuzzy suitcase table, in front of the same backdrop, when the customer sees those images on your website, you are now represented as all the same. You may not be doing a generic show, but when the customer views what you're offering, there's nothing new. So how does the customer decide? He or she goes with the cheapest. And we never want to be the cheapest. We never want to be the Walmart of magic shows. Instead, we want to be the Lexus of magic shows, the Cadillac of magic shows. And you want to go from obscurity to the top of the food chain in no time flat. That should be your goal. So the question comes up, why aren't you doing this? Is it that you're just scratching your head and saying, well, gosh, I don't know why I'm doing this. I know there's people out there that are doing it, that are having success. Believe me, I see them all the time. Folks that have invested in my courses like the original It Factor, folks that have participated in my coaching program, that have attended conferences like It Factor Live. Those are the folks that are achieving success. So you might be thinking, well, how come they're doing so well? I should be reaping the same rewards as them. I mean, heck, they're no smarter than me. But there's just too much. I'm too overwhelmed. Maybe that's what you're thinking. I'm too overwhelmed. They're no smarter than me. I don't know how they can possibly get all this stuff accomplished. There's just too much to worry about. There's too much to worry about. I have to work on my show, my traditional direct marketing. In addition to that, there's all this new social media and video marketing that I have to worry about. If I only knew where to start, where to find the shortcuts. So what do you need to do? Well, you need to go. You need to just get started. The longer you wait to learn all about this stuff, the harder it's going to become. Remember when you were a kid in school and the first day that you missed of school because, you had a little sore throat and mom said you could stay home from school? Man, you felt great. You were on top of the world. I get to stay home. Look at all these great shows that are on TV that I miss every day when I'm in school. You remember that, Jack?
Oh, yeah.
It was like,
you love that stuff.
You love that. It was a great feeling. But what happened when you had the chicken pox and you were in high school, or you had the flu and you were in high school and you missed 2, 3, 4, what about a whole week of school? When you got back to school, what happened? You had a hell of a lot of stuff to catch up on.
Yeah. It sucked.
It sucked. There you go. Plain and simple. Because you were forced to not participate and do what everyone else did. And you had to play catch up. And it sucked. Plain and simple. It wasn't fun trying to play catch up. If you are in the position right now, everyone listening, where you've let your social media skills lack, you haven't learned about how to set up a Facebook fan page, you haven't set up Google AdWords, you don't do search engine optimization, you have a website that hasn't been updated in 5 or 10 years since you launched the website, or you know that your website isn't converting, you know the phone isn't ringing, the email inquiries are not coming in, you need to act now. You should never wait until later to follow your dreams. Unfortunately, no one knows how much time they have. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. God forbid you could walk, slip on your front porch, and break your leg, and now you're laid up. Well, you can't wait on following your dreams. You've got to concentrate now. Concentrate on the positive. It's vital to start with a positive environment. When you surround yourself with positive people who are committed to making great change in their lives, you too can commit yourself and your dreams, and you'll be able to begin to believe that you can achieve anything. And obviously, you get this concept because you're hanging out with Jack and I tonight. And Jack and I are all about creating that positive environment, that nurturing environment. I get Jack's emails every day, and Jack is always encouraging and nurturing you guys to really concentrate on what you can do to better yourself. And I'm sure the majority of people that get Jack's emails are not even benefiting because they're not even taking the time to read them. There's a small percentage of the population that if you read those emails and you look for the gems that Jack is sharing with you, it's these initial positive interactions that can lead to dedicated drive and enthusiasm that will build lasting momentum. If you take a minute a day to read an email that comes from Jack and absorb the wisdom that he has to share, man, will that momentum build up. You see, there's an open road in front of us. The open road that lies in front of us can sometimes be overwhelming. But remember that nearly everyone feels overwhelmed when they're about to change something and they're about to go somewhere new. And that's really what we're talking about tonight, is going somewhere new in your business. Success is not a destination, guys. It's a journey, and it's a journey you have to commit to. But too often, people don't have a roadmap. They don't have a clear, structured plan of what do I do? How do I do it? Where are the shortcuts? Why go journeying from New York all the way up to Vermont and then all the way down over to Michigan and all the way up to Jack in Seattle and then all the way down to Las Vegas? If you wanted to go from New York to Las Vegas, why would you go the roundabout way when there's a clear shortcut? Most people do that. They want to make leaps and bounds in their business, but you don't look for the shortcut. Oh, I don't have the money to invest in that. I can't buy that program. I can't do that. I can't attend that convention. It's just too much money. How can you afford not to when you're not getting the results that you know you should be getting? But once you have committed to yourself that you're going to make a change and not settle, well, then it's time to start talking about it. It's time to start feeling that change, and it's time to start seeing yourself do that change. Because the biggest roadblock out there that gets in the way of most business owners, the biggest roadblock, I promised I was going to reveal this tonight, is you. Yes, you heard me say that. It's you. You are standing in the way of your biggest opportunities because you won't take a leap of faith. Whether it's because of worrying and fear of success, that's a real fear of failure, fear of disappointing those around you, or just fear of what happens when it does come true, that fear of success. Will I be able to live up to the shows that I'm booking? Will I be able to have this great thriving business? Or what if I don't? You're the roadblock. Whether it's, no matter how you slice it and dice it, you're standing in front of your success or your failures. I'm not afraid to fail because I don't overthink things. Jack, you're an action taker. I know this since I've known you. You're an action taker. You don't overthink things. This is something we learned from Dave D back in the day. If you're going to overthink things, you might as well, just give up on it because that's an excuse. It's an excuse for lack of action. Oh, I just can't afford doing something, or oh, I just don't know where to go to learn about this, or I don't know about taking that move in my business. Too much overthinking is an excuse for a lack of action. The most successful people, and Jack, I know from the work that you're doing with Dave in the Glazer Kennedy world, I mean, you can attest to this, and having been in the direct marketing world for so long, who are the successful people? The people that take the immediate action, am I right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They decide that they make decisions quickly. They don't mutter over it. They don't mumble over it. They don't think about, mull it over in their head for long weeks and months and years. They take action quickly. You read the biography of Jobs, the most recent one by William Isaacson. You hear about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was an action taker. He had an idea. The time between idea and implementation was milliseconds because he saw the vision. He saw the opportunity. He took action on opportunities like that. And that's what successful entrepreneurs do. They take action on opportunities as soon as they're presented with them.
They take action and they stop overthinking. They stop overthinking and they start doing. And in turn, they start achieving more. Actions, guys, speak louder than words. That was something my mom taught me as a kid. Never in my life would I imagine that I'd be 33 years old and thinking that applies to my business. But actions speak. That does happen as you get older. My mom said that would happen as I grew up, and especially as I got into my 30s. Man, I kind of feel like so much of what my parents taught me, boy, it really is finally starting to pay attention and starting to make sense. Actions speak louder than words. If you're unhappy where you are in your business, make a frickin' change. Please don't think I'm being rude. Do not think I'm being hostile or downright mean or cruel. But if you are not happy in your business, no one is going to care enough about your business and as much about your business as you are. And if you're not happy in your business and you're not willing to make that frickin' change, who else do you expect to take responsibility for it? No one. And that's the reality. Again, I'm not being rude. I'm not trying to be cruel here, but I'm trying to speak the truth because you are the only one that is responsible for your actions in life. You know this. We know this as human beings, as citizens. We know that we are responsible for our actions. And when it comes to our business, if you are going to assume the responsibility of running a business, of being a small business entrepreneur. I don't even like to say small business because we're entrepreneurs. We don't just have a small business. We can have a business as big as we want. We're an entrepreneur. You've probably heard these things before, but have you really considered the meaning of things like actions speak louder than words? Taking action and achieving are more powerful than simply overthinking the future. You can sit on something forever. I could have sat on all those opportunities to invest in those courses and attend those marketing conferences when I was in my early 20s and didn't have the money and was working the birthdays and was trying to get away just a few days to attend a Dave D conference, but I would have to give up work. I love when people say to me all the time, oh, I just can't go to an event because I can't get away from work. If you are that tied to your work and you can't give up a couple of days to reinvest back in your business, I hate to see what your yearly plan is like, what your overall marketing calendar looks like, because clearly you're not reinvesting back into your business. All you're doing is doing the same thing over and over and eventually hoping that someone's going to give you a big contract to, I don't even know what, to just retire, to win the lottery, to get your own show in Vegas. If you're doing the same thing over and over and you're just working harder and harder, but it's really not getting you anywhere, is working harder and harder and harder paying off, or are you just trying to put out the same fires over and over and over? And a lot of times that comes back to overthinking. I can't change my business because I'm afraid. I'm afraid to take the gamble. Life's all about gambles. Life is all about gambling. Don't worry where you are right now. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't worry if you're unsure of how to make a big difference in your business. I was there once too. And I promise you, Jack just told you we met when I was right in college, early 20s. I had a heck of a lot less life experience than you. And I was in that unsure spot. And maybe I decided to take the leaps of faith. Maybe I decided to gamble because I was young and stupid. Or maybe I just recognized the folks that I didn't want to be like. I didn't want to be like the 50-year-old guy in my market that was still doing the same show he had been doing for 30 years, and he never made any more money, and he was always strapped for cash, and he could never take vacations and go to magic conventions and have the fun that he dreamed of doing because he was a poor magician. I mentioned in a newsletter email to my list a couple weeks ago, why is it that magicians never retire? Is it because we truly love and have a passion for it? Or is it because most magicians can't retire? They never plan. They never put money aside because they live paycheck to paycheck. And that, to me, is a sad scenario because you have the opportunity to create an unlimited future. This isn't rocket science, guys. You can do it. I'm not standing here as some guru, some person that has all of the answers looking into my crystal ball. No. I've just learned through experience. I've made the mistakes and I've learned from them. I learn from other people and I learn from their mistakes. And I take everything, whether it's going to a conference that costs me $5,000 by the time I finish with it, or I buy a book for $5, an ebook, and I read it on my iPad. If I get one new thing, if I learn one new skill, one new piece of information that can change my business around, it's been a success. So you might be wondering, how do I learn these new skills? By finding the experts who live these skills day in and day out. Again, there's no magic pill out there that when you swallow it, all of a sudden you're going to get the answer. There's no new illusion that you can buy or new trick or new magic book that's going to teach you how to be a better performer. Chances are your show is really good. And it's just that you don't know how to brand yourself properly and you don't know how to sell yourself. I find, Jack, and tell me if you find this too, that it's not even the marketing that most people have the trouble with. It's they don't know how the heck to properly sell themselves.
Oh, absolutely. People kind of confuse the two terms. It's two
They're different. Yeah.
They're totally different. And one is about making awareness, getting awareness of your service out there, and branding yourself, and making sure that you are differentiated in the environment and bringing in leads. But sales is a different animal entirely. It's closing the deal. It's a whole different animal. They work hand in hand together, but you got to have both pieces working at maximum effectiveness in order to get to the success you really need, you really desire.
Yeah, 100%. So it doesn't matter, where you are right now. It's that you can learn all these skills. You need to be seen as the celebrity in your marketplace. You need to be the one that is seen as the only choice for their event, not as that generic magician, not as someone who is the same as everyone else in the market. Jack did this in his crowded marketplace. And what has your name been for all these years in the family market, Jack?
Turk the Magic Genie.
Turk the Magic Genie. So when this is basic marketing, but when someone's years ago, when we, first learned about all this stuff, it was the family papers, the parenting papers, and you would read it. You would read magician, clown, magician, Turk the Magic Genie, something different. People would take notice of that. It's not about necessarily being the best magician. Best, better, good, worst, they're all subjective. It's a matter of being different and being seen as the only one for their event because you have something. You have what I call the it factor. A magnetism that people are drawn to, a unique quality that they cannot buy from someone else because there is no other magic genie named Turk. Jack is Turk the Magic Genie. If he charges $500, they can't go and find another magic genie because he's the only magic genie in his market. He's doing something and has been doing something for over a decade that has been totally unique and totally different. I have found that you can perfect your show, you can tweak your marketing, and in turn safeguard your business for any economy when you have that it factor, because again, you're not duplicatable. I learned in college from an acting teacher of all people, that there is nothing new under the sun except for me and you and Jack and everybody else on this call. There's nothing new under the sun. As long as you keep on representing yourself by the things you do, the tricks you do, or the typical package that everyone offers, and you are not representing yourself by what makes you unique, the qualities that you possess, the personal branding that you have, you can be fired. An electrician, an accountant, even a plumber can all be fired. You're not happy with the service of that particular electrician? Guess what? You go on Google and you find another one that will do it cheaper, the same job. A plumber, same thing. An accountant, the same thing. Think about it from this capacity. A celebrity cannot be fired. How can you possibly fire Tom Cruise? He's Tom Cruise. How can you fire Jerry Seinfeld? Come on, he's Seinfeld. David Copperfield? He's David frickin' Copperfield. They all have the it factor. Now, don't let them intimidate you and think, oh, Brad, you're talking about A-list celebrities here that make millions and millions and billions. That's no different than you or I. You can still have something unique and be sellable, whether you're selling birthday parties for $300 or you're selling a corporate event for $5,000 or you're signing a multi-year deal in a Las Vegas hotel. Rick Thomas is doing the same Lion's Bride illusion, producing a tiger. Well, not anymore. He got out of tigers, but he was doing the same tiger illusion as down the strip was Dirk Arthur doing the same tiger illusions. And years before, it was Siegfried and Roy right on that strip doing the same Lion's Bride cage illusion. Girl goes in, turns into a tiger. It's not the tricks. It's the personality. If it's just the tricks, You would see the tricks featured on billboards in Las Vegas. You wouldn't see the magician or the illusionist. Copperfield has a 6 or 7-story wrap around the MGM Grand. He's not showing his latest trick. He's not showing a really amazing trick where he makes a real butterfly appear and the butterfly flies into the audience. He's not showing that on the billboard. On the 6-story tall wrap around the MGM, it's his face. That's where the marketing lies. So the question is, can you be fired? If you've answered yes, you can be fired, well, we need to take a closer look at why. And if you give me just 3 days in Philadelphia this November, you'll discover the celebrity advantage that I'm talking about, as well as a fresh treasure chest of red-hot sales, booking, money magnet techniques, social media, and video marketing strategies, secrets of our industry's top consultants, and turnkey systems that are all up for the grabbing and yours to use for your success, plus an absolute boatload more. I want to introduce you to my marketing workshop, It Factor Live. We are now in our third consecutive year, and this year's lineup of speakers proves to be incredibly powerful. I think the most powerful yet, and I'm going to introduce you to them in just a few moments. It's coming up this November, just a few weeks from now, Philadelphia, November 6th through 8th, 2013. 3 days that have the incredible power to be life-changing for you and your business. And by the way, this ain't no pitch fest. This is not an event where you have to worry about having a certain amount of money to spend once you arrive there to decide whose products you want, to have to weigh the differences. No, this is not that. When you attend It Factor Live, you're attending It Factor Live, and it's all inclusive. Everything, even your meals, are included. We want you to be there working hands-on. This is also not an event that's open to 50 or 100 people. It's limited to a very small number of folks that want to work hard and consistently and focused on their business. These are the folks that see the value. They've seen it in 2011. They saw it in 2012. And now my question for you is, do you see the value? Do you see the value in stopping what you have been doing, tweaking your business? Not necessarily making massive changes, but tweaking things that haven't been working and fixing them to work. So you might be wondering, Brad, is this workshop for me? Well, if you're truly looking to look deep down inside yourself and discover your it factor, why people should do business with you, absolutely. If you want to discover the superstar branding secrets used by stars of stage and screen and how you can apply it to your magic business, this workshop is for you. If you want to learn how to increase your website traffic with SEO, video, and social media systems. If you want to get more bookings and increase your fees, grow your list and learn how to market to them. Get your business found on hundreds of different web pages, keyworded to target your ideal customer after you've discovered who the heck your ideal customer even is. Get major publicity on TV, print media, and on the web in your marketplace. Increase your SEO, your search engine rankings. Systematic methods and unique systems for managing marketing strategies on an annual basis. Finally, learn what all this social media stuff is, the latest information about it, even if you're still in the dark about Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And then how to convert social media followers into buyers. Concrete methods to grow your business that your competition, I promise you, is ignoring. Learn to get better response from your marketing online and offline with new tools, with copy cosmetics and design. Increase your productivity so you work smarter, not harder. How to take control of your own website without having to worry about fancy designers and fancy skills. Things that I don't know anything about HTML, but I know how to make things work on my own website. Learn how to manage the money that you make so you don't blow it and live paycheck to paycheck. Turnkey tools and the motivation needed to follow through with what you learned at the workshop. Because we can teach you all the skills in the world, but if you don't have the systems and the motivation needed to follow through, it doesn't matter what you learn. Well, we make sure that you have that support and so much more. You'll find that it's actually a minimal time of that you're actually contributing to be with us just for 3 days, 72 hours, but you'll receive a maximum return on investment. Step-by-step, take-home virtual and literal blueprints. And it's a revolution. It's a personal and a professional success revolution because you're getting out of the office. You're not sitting listening to just a webinar. You're not sitting reading a book or watching a video online or looking for the latest free resource of someone online, some marketing guru on YouTube that's, trying to give you what you think is the real deal, but in reality, they're just trying to sell you on something expensive. No, when you're with us in person, you're learning. You're absorbing all of the information and you're working not in your business, but on your business. And there is a major key to that. And you'll find that it really is a week's worth of content delivered in just 3 days. And you'll find that you will achieve measurable, guaranteed results. I can make a claim like that because we have a large number of people returning for the second and third year to this conference. If this was the first year, I couldn't really claim that, because of the conference being in its brand new existence. But after now 2 years, and this being the third year, people wouldn't be returning to this workshop if they weren't getting results from what they were learning. So I can guarantee that if you apply what you learn, if you attend the workshop, you will achieve massive, successful results. And I mentioned it is an extremely limited workshop. It is a VIP experience, limited to 25 people max. That is it. So you might be thinking, Brad, this is sounding pretty awesome, but I want to know the details. What is going to happen at IFL 2013? Well, I'm going to tell you that. We're meeting at the Embassy Suites Hotel in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, really close to the airport, excuse me. The hotel has luxury facilities, great meeting facilities. It is a very comfortable hotel. I intended quite a few marketing conferences at this venue, and that's why I chose to have it there this year. Very convenient location, a stone's throw away from the Philadelphia airport. And in addition, there's a free shuttle to pick you up right at the airport, drop you right at the hotel, so you'll be all ready to go. Here's a testimonial from one of our past attendees, Alan Rubenstein, Farmingdale, New York. He said, Brad Ross is amazing as a presenter. He's organized, and there was so much information, a week's worth of information crammed into 3 days. I learned a lot, and I'll be busy a long time putting it into play. I had a great time, and I look forward to the next one. It Factor Live is exclusive, and I present a series of exclusive marketing sessions that I lead you in and I coach you through. Some of what you'll learn during my sessions is I'm going to get you fired up. I'm going to get you motivated, and it's going to be watch out world as I share with you my own personal action machine, ultimate secrets to getting more done in less time. Secrets of productivity, learning how to use social media strategies to promote your business, discovering the keys to success living, working, and thriving in this new economy. A hands-on workshop where I'm going to teach you one of the hottest new marketing tools out there to get more clients, which is video sales letters. I'm going to give you the template that is proven in my businesses to convert prospects into actual paying, buying customers and bookers. And you're going to be able to take that template with you and apply it right to your business and have your own video sales letter on your website. Again, something your competition does not have. You're going to leave It Factor Live with a fully customized website that is completed and on the web by the time you leave the workshop on November 8th. The anatomy of a phone script. This is what Jack and I were just talking about, sales, like you've never seen it before. An actual live magician client phone call where we're going to dissect the call, swipe the good, reinvent the bad, so we're left with nothing but the pure gold. That's sales technique that is so critically important. Your own web TV video shoot. A real TV show segment that you can use to promote yourself and position yourself as the expert in your market. You're going to learn to maximize the response of all your marketing with my latest tools and techniques, online and offline. The seldom seen use of marketing cosmetics, how to make your stuff look like $1 million and make you too. How to gain crystal clear clarity about your life purpose and how to use a clear step-by-step plan for turning it into a thriving business. And it's easier than you think. How to design your business around your life. My Fueled for Success health and fitness system so you don't end up living like the richest man in the graveyard. What's the point of being the most successful person if you can't enjoy it? The ultimate swipe file for magicians and entertainers. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. The single most important lesson about marketing design. My personal strategies for creating attention-grabbing marketing campaigns. The return of our attendee hot seat session at the conclusion of each day with a rapid-fire summary and Q&A panel so you can implement things that much faster. Surprises and gifts galore. I believe in over-delivering. Just ask the past year's attendees. You will see. My personal marketing direction, along with not just my staff, about getting stuff done when you get home, but actually getting stuff done at the conference. It's a workshop. It is a working meeting where you're going to be working on your business and you're checking tasks off ready for action. Here's what Marty Hahn had to say, who's returning this year for the third year in a row. Brad, we owe you a ton of thanks. We all know Brad worked hard, but believe me, you have no idea how hard he worked. You look at the registration and say, boy, he's going to make a ton of money. And you have no idea of the costs and the man hours. There are so many other ways he could have made money. Money's not the motivation for doing this. It's because the guy's got a great heart. You're genuine and we appreciate it. This is the best Magic Marketing Conference I've been to. Thanks again, Marty Hahn, Branson, Missouri. And Marty will be back this year, along with this woman, Cindy Hoffman. Cindy Hoffman is our celebrity media consultant, and she was being brought back by popular demand, teaching you how to go from zero to hero and add instant credibility and celebrity to your marketing. Cindy has worked with major celebrities like Cindy Crawford, ABC TV, The View hosts, the New York Knicks, New York Rangers, Ringling Brothers Circus, Disney on Ice, and Disney Live presents Mickey's Magic Show, where I met Cindy, and she is actually who media trained me to do interviews. She's going to actually do the same thing for you. She's going to teach you what it means to understand how your video and what you do on video, whether it's on a news interview, on your own video, how it needs to cross over that medium and personalize your face with your message. Cindy will be working with our VIP attendees in small groups to perfect your interview skills and make you camera ready. She's going to be teaching you the power to harness interviews, to get known in your marketplace. I mean, imagine what TV publicity could do for you in your market. Imagine yourself as the go-to expert. Imagine being the guest on TV producers' A-list, invited back on their shows over and over again. This is your chance to master the TV interview process and learn from a top media trainer like Cindy Hoffman. And in her session, Superstar Advanced Media Training and Strategy, she's going to be revealing a media training session guaranteed to prepare you for media interviews, how to leave you capable, confident, and convincing on camera. And again, she's the person that has prepared me for the 500 now plus media appearances that I have made over the past, let's say, 7-8 years. Cindy Hoffman knows her stuff, and that's why she's brought in by mega brands like Disney. You're going to learn how to also create, produce, and perform the ultimate school show with Joe Romano. If school shows is your market and you're looking to really hound in on that market and book a ton of school shows, Joe Romano is the guy with the ultimate school show. Joe has a multi-six-figure income just working school shows 9 months of the year, Monday through Friday. If you don't know Joe, go check out his website at ultimateschoolshows.com. This is no joke. This is not some guy doing 1 or 2 school shows a month. This is a guy that literally is booked solid, making several six-figure incomes. Plus, he represents 2 other major entertainers in that market, Ken Scott and Doug Shearer, booking them out on a majority of shows they do. Joe has a huge area, and he's going to be working in small group settings with our attendees. So if you want to tackle the school show market, there's no better guy than the guy that is at the top of this market right now in 2013, moving into 2014. He'll teach you what he does in social media. He's going to review your school show marketing materials, your show content. He will help you and make himself as much available as he possibly can. You're going to be getting the Entertainer's Unfair Advantage e-promo kit system with my partner in crime, Mr. David Farr. David Farr and I and Jack have been friends for a number of years. David is an incredible force when it comes to internet marketing. And when it comes to internet marketing, David has put together incredible systems, and we are pairing up in this tag team session what we are calling the Entertainer's Unfair Advantage e-promo kit system to deliver your promotional information in a digital fashion. David's going to be launching a WordPress website for you. WordPress is the industry leader of easy-to-edit formats. If you already have a website, great. Use this for another niche market of yours. But we're giving you a website. Price out websites in today's market. Figure out how much it costs you to have a designer do a website when you're getting one for free set up, and we're even hosting it for you guys. You're going to get my digital design toolkit with tons of swipe copy graphics so that you can literally create an e-promo kit, a digital e-promo kit that you can send out to your prospects, to your customers, your people that are visiting your website, capture their information and be able to get that information into their hands. Huge, absolute freaking value with this. It is an incredible opportunity. Here's what Bob Ritchie, another past attendee, attending this year for the third year in a row as well. He said, Brad, my aha moment is honestly the group of people that you put together this week teaching us. Amazing. I learned something from every single one of the presenters. David, I knew was amazing. Lewis's AdWords, awesome. The time you spent with us, the patience you show, outstanding. Brad, you did an amazing job at selecting the staff. I got to spend time with people in my own market and build friendships. But I thank you, all of you. Awesome, awesome time. I look forward to the next It Factor Live. Well, Bob said that in 2011. He came back in 2012, and he's coming back in 2013. Why? Because he sees value. He sees value in everything we present. Like this gentleman, Mr. Lewis Meyer, who's presenting an easy SEO workshop, learning how to use the right search terms on your website to get massive conversion, to get people to stay on your website. You can have the greatest website in the world, but if people aren't staying on there, if they can't find you, it doesn't matter how good you think you are. Lewis is going to be walking you in this 2-hour presentation, hand holding, step by step, giving you the blueprints. You're going to be working on the SEO on your website while you're with us. It's not just giving you something to take home and hope you do it later on. You're going to be working on your SEO while you're with us at It Factor Live. Real money methods in cashing in on the daycare market with John Carlson. Great close friend of mine, John Carlson, who is giving you the license to his show, a show in a box. John makes over $100,000 a year just doing kid shows. And he is giving every attendee of It Factor Live the license to his Stranger Danger Safety Show. This is a show he does at daycares, and he has used to build up his birthday party business, build up his local kid show business, and he does this show a ton. You're getting the license to do this show in your market, all of the marketing materials for this show. Everything, the script, the video, the works. Plus, you're going to work with John for an hour and a half in small group sessions so that you can show him your marketing materials from the daycare market, show him your marketing and what you do currently so that he can advise you and help you. If you're noticing a trend, you're getting personal time. There's not so much lecturing as there is workshopping, hands-on, coaching, consulting with these experts. You're going to get your business branded as well and be the top choice on your market by Jessica Kupferman. Jessica Kupferman is going to teach you how to get noticed and develop the top-of-mind awareness even if your marketplace is already crowded. Jessica is a branding expert, and she is brand new to It Factor Live. She's part of a mastermind group that I am in, and I'm so lucky that we could bring her in because she's going to teach you how to develop branding that will deliver your message properly, how to provide credible business structure to what you're saying in your messages, to target the right customers the first time, to motivate people to hire you over other entertainers, to create loyalty and word of mouth, to create extraordinary value, and so much more. Again, you learning from people outside of our industry is hugely valuable. Listen to what Gary Flagle had to say. Brad Ross really knows how to put together a great event, not only how to inspire other magicians, but also who they are, but also to foster that environment of sharing, boosting each other up, creating a real solid network. This was such a special conference. We learned so much. And you can expect to learn the exact same kind of things. You'll get to learn those kind of things and build up the confidence when you get to experience the debt crusher and moneymaker, my friend Emily Chase Smith, part of another mastermind group that I'm in. Emily likes to put it this way. Who would you rather be, Oprah or MC Hammer? Neither one are actively working in their career, but one makes phenomenal amounts of money still, and one eats dog food today. That's not what you want to be doing. You want to be in the case of Oprah. You want to be able to manage your money by being a smart businessman or woman. Emily is a California attorney with a long history of helping business owners and entrepreneurs be financially savvy, so you're not living paycheck to paycheck. She's going to be teaching you the importance of separating your personal and business finances and how to do it on the cheap so you're not working out of one bank account. How to avoid the oh crap moments for planning for irregular activities that happen in life and business. A simple framework for allowing you to make wise spending decisions and use money on what's important to you, and so much more. She's going to be giving you these plans and working with you. And there is so much more to It Factor Live. Guys, this workshop in Philadelphia, November 6th through 8th, 2013, will change the way you market your business forever. So which would you rather do? Would you rather keep chasing your tail, working longer and harder and wondering why sales aren't growing and profits are sinking, or have your customers and prospects chasing you because of their celebrity status that you've gained from your marketing? If If you're still not convinced that I can turbocharge and jumpstart your business with our coaches and consultants at It Factor Live, I'm going to make you a promise where I put my money where my mouth is. It's my hand on heart promise guarantee. If you're not sure that you can receive value from It Factor Live, let me make you an offer you can't refuse. If you feel that you have not received any value and it was a waste of your time, by lunchtime on day 2, halfway through It Factor Live, come over to me, inform me of my failure because I failed to deliver you value, and you felt this was a waste of your time, and I will refund every penny you paid. You can leave the workshop, no hard feelings. There is a 100% guarantee, absolutely risk-free. And I can tell you, in 2011 and 2012, not one person took me up on this guarantee. There's no risk on your part, but I can promise you that you're not going to take me up on this guarantee because we jam-pack every moment. The only complaint you may have is lack of sleep because we jam-pack every moment with value for you. And I'm going to be giving you a whole trunk load of special gifts totaling over $3,000 worth of actual literal value. Number one is the It Factor Live manual and workbook. This is a $297 value. This is going to become your Bible. It's filled with all of the presenters' PowerPoint presentations, worksheets. Everything that we go through over the course of the few days is going to be in here for you. It is, again, going to become your Bible when it comes to how you're marketing yourself in this coming new year. Whether it's online or offline, it is going to become a breeze. Tools, examples, the works. This is created exclusively each year for It Factor Live attendees and not sold separately. You're going to be receiving the 6 pre-event webinar trainings, access to the backstage area of itfactorlive.com, where you'll have access to our 6 pre-event webinars, each running between 90 and 120 minutes each. They're jam-packed with content, additional training, resources, tools, and tips. It Factor Live has already started. We've already had 2 of these trainings. Don't worry, the replays are in there. The next training starts tomorrow, and then on Thursday, and then next Tuesday and Thursday leading up to It Factor Live, just 3 weeks away. So you're actually receiving even more time with us, our speakers, our consultants, and training, all inside of the webinar area in itfactorlive.com. Plus, you are receiving all of the training from the past year's It Factor Live and the year before that, all inside of the It Factor Live members area. Amazing value. These 6 webinars alone, an over $400 value. Bonus number 3, audio video opportunity. People tell me in the marketing business I'm crazy, that I should be selling the DVDs of these to the attendees. I say no. Everyone that attends gets a free set of DVDs. So as an attendee of It Factor Live, you are going to get the entire 15, 16, 17, I don't know how many DVDs we're going to have this year. Last year we had 16. You're going to get the entire 16 plus DVD set after It Factor Live is over. We're going to edit it in the weeks after the event, and about a month later, you'll be able to receive the DVDs completed, burned, already, so you can relive the magic, grab more of the golden nuggets, everything all beautifully shot, ready to go for you guys. No additional money to spend. You're going to be part of our year-long club, absolutely for free, an $1,100 value. It Factor Live Success Alumni Coaching Club. Earlier tonight, I talked about the power of being surrounded by like-minded people. This is our mastermind, our inner circle. And when you are a part of this group, you are going to be on the inside. You're going to be participating in our monthly coaching club webinars where we have new topics. I give you new templates, new strategies. We have new guests every single month, and these are not available for a purchase outside. This is exclusively for the folks that attend that year's It Factor Live. Enormous value. You're not just coming to It Factor Live for 3 days. You're taking a journey. We are not going to let you fail. We're not going to let you down. Bonus number 5, come hungry, because we're going to feed you. Over $350 worth of value. We're going to give you breakfast every morning. Nice, hot, made-to-order breakfast. We're going to give you lunch on the days there. We're even taking out everyone for a big banquet on the opening night on Wednesday, November 6th. A big banquet, that multi-course meal. Come hungry, promise you. We're going to have plenty of food on hand. I want you to be well-nourished, well-fed, so that your brain gets plenty of food and you can learn. That's what this is all about. Number 6 is our daily hot seat sessions and fireside chat. This is another exclusive premium bonus. 3 lucky attendees that come to It Factor Live get to get a hot seat. On the hot seat, they get rapid fire help from everyone in the room. The speakers, the consultants, all of the attendees on help in their business. You will be eligible for one of these hot seat sessions. The fireside chat, we do a recap and a massive Q&A on everything we just accomplished during the course of that day. You're going to receive my important stuff swipe file, a $395 value. The value of a swipe file, as I know Jack has talked about to you guys, the value of a swipe file is huge. To be able to see what other people are doing, your own attendees, other people, things that I've collected, important stuff that's out there, and not reinvent the wheel. Just be able to absolutely look at it and say, that's a great idea. I know how to tweak that and swipe and deploy for my business. You're going to be receiving that. Bonuses 8, 9, and 10, I got to keep secret. I've told you almost everything coming at your way at IFL, but I like to keep some surprises. So 8, 9, and 10 are top secret gifts, but their value is too good to even tell you. But trust me, you are going to absolutely love them. That is what is coming your way at It Factor Live 2013, guys. It is a whole heck of a lot. As Paul Dalholt said, who was a first-time attendee last year and returning to this year's IFL 2013, he said, this was my first time at the event. I contemplated coming. I lost my job. I just lost my job as an airline pilot after 15 years and starting all over again. This week, I've learned everything I need to make this happen. I can't tell you enough about it. If you guys are on the fence about deciding to come here next year, be here. You will not be disappointed. I'll be here, and I'll see you then. And you will see Paul. Paul is taking massive action, and he's gone from being unemployed to taking his business in his own hands and living the life of his dreams. I really want you to attend this event. So I'm making this as absolutely affordable as I can. You've already seen the massive value that comes with this, the massive amount of expense that I go through to give you the DVDs and the manuals and the speakers and make it all inclusive. Believe me, this costs me a ton to get this all put together for you guys. I'm not just throwing together a quick little fly-by-night thing. I literally start planning this event at the end of last year's event, and I'll start planning next year's at the end of this year's event. But I make it as affordable as I possibly can. Similar hands-on events in other markets like this cost as much as $10,000 a seat. You're not going to pay 10 grand. You're not going to pay 5 grand. You're not even going to pay $3,500 a seat. Attending It Factor Live and you can be a part of this unique event for one payment of $19.97 or 6 equal payments of only $332.83, spread 30 days apart. Absolutely no interest. And for the very first time this year, we've introduced our 8 equal payments of $249.62. That's $250 a month, guys. That's one show a month over the next 8 months to get you all of the tools to get your business back on track. And I can promise you're going to be booking more than just one additional show a month. To make this back, you're going to book a whole lot more than that if you come and apply and learn and use and take the action for everything that we're going to teach you. I can promise you, you are going to see massive results. An investment like $249 a month over the next 8 months to regain control over your business, to live that above par lifestyle, to be number one in your marketplace. I can't make it any more affordable. And if that wasn't enough, there's 25 spots that were made available when we opened registration in March. It was down to 8 seats not long ago, and we are down to the final 3 seats. That number is real, guys. 3 seats, that's it. I have to cap it off at 25 because we have a limit in the amount of people we can have in our meeting room at the hotel, or I have to upgrade to the next giant ballroom where we'll have too much room, and that would not be smart business on my end. So we have 3 more spots. Jack has been a long-term friend of mine, and I wanted to offer these final 3 spots to his guys. And on top of that, a webinar special only. Anyone who registers before our deadline, which is October 25th, this Friday, 2013, will receive an additional $541 in value gifts that are courtesy of our friend, Mr. Jack Turk. Jack, do you want to tell them about your first bonus, your blockbuster bonus, the 2007 Magic Marketing Bootcamp? Tell them a little bit about that.
Well, that was the Magic Marketing Bootcamp that I did back in 2007, where I had, again, it was in September of 2007, 3 days. I had just a packed room full
an incredible event. Incredible event.
Of course, Brad was there. He was at that time doing the Disney Magic Mickey show, and he came and did a great presentation. Eric Paul was there. God rest his soul. He did a fantastic presentation on marketing and business development. Dave was even there. Dave made a rare return back to the market.
It was so great to see Dave, yeah. Joel Bauer was there, DJ Ellert, the late Eric Paul. I mean, the list goes on and on. 3 days, tons of content, tons of strategy, and Jack is nice enough to include this as a bonus for anyone who purchases during this special webinar launch of his. And just be sure to put when you place the order, Jack will send you a link out, and we'll actually give you the link here in a second. And actually, you know what? We'll type this into the chat box here. It is www.magicmarketing.com. magicmarketingcenter.com/capital IFL. Use that special link and you'll receive this bonus as an incredible gift from our buddy Jack. In addition, Jack is giving a second bonus. Jack, tell him about bonus number 2, the Mind Power Unleashed, a 197 value.
Yeah, this is a motivational magic show that you can just put in your pocket and start and run with. I've performed this show. It's a turnkey package. It's a proven show. You get all this. It's basically a magic show in a box, but it's a fun show to do. I've done it several times for multiple crowds, different audience. I did for a middle school group. I did it for a band group. It was just high school band offsite. I did that for 2. So it's not necessarily limited. People think some of these motivational shows are limited to businesses. Schools are a great market for these. It was a lot of fun, easy to do, and that's basically it's $200 value. But
it's incredible. A phenomenal gift. And the third bonus is Jack's Quick as a Rabbit Writing Toolkit, $147 value. Tell us what that is, Jack.
I designed this basically around the way I write copy. And if you didn't know basically I spent a lot of time, all my career I've been a writer, as well as have done magic forever too, since I was 5. But I've been a writer all my career, and I decided to put together a copywriting toolkit based on the way I actually write copy. And one of the key problems most people have who have challenges with writing is basically facing a blank page. There's nothing more intimidating than a blank page. So I put together this toolkit step by step. If you just follow the steps in this toolkit, I give you sample headlines to model. I give you sample formulas for writing the sales letter. I give you formulas for bullet points. I give you formulas for your offer, your guarantee. Follow it step by step. You'll be able to crank out compelling, powerful, proven copy as easy as pie. I mean, that's the whole goal. You get a bunch of you get swipe files with proven examples. I just try to make it basically
it's killer stuff.
Just plug it in, crank it out, send it off, make some money.
There you go. Plug and play. So Jack is generously giving anyone who registers these 3 additional gifts totaling over $540 worth of value, in addition to all of my bonuses that you're getting at It Factor Live. And those are just the bonuses. I mean, you're actually coming. The bonuses are just the bonuses. I mean, you have the whole event as well. So you can see the massive value here, and you guys know the value in this. Reserve your seat because It Factor Live will sell out again. You can lock in your success again. magicmarketingcenter.com/IFL, capitalized IFL. It's also in the chat box for you there. Here's another attendee from Christopher Starr in Toronto, Canada, also returning to It Factor Live for the 3rd year in a row. Guys, I'm not making this up. Come to It Factor Live. You're going to see these guys. They'll tell you themselves they're back for the 2nd and 3rd year in a row because they love this environment. They love learning. We have a blast. We have so much fun. We learn. We work on our business, and it's something that we don't get to do. We don't have colleagues in an office to talk around the water cooler and strategize and get help. That's what this environment is. I also forgot to mention that when you're a part of the It Factor Live community, you have access to our private Facebook mastermind page. Our Facebook mastermind club is part of the Success Alumni Coaching Club each month, but any day you go into this special hidden top secret page on Facebook and you're able to talk with our attendees, get additional help from me, coaching from me, help from our other attendees, the other speakers and presenters. Everyone participates, everyone shares. It is an enormous value, and it is something that we just implemented last year, and it has been so successful. Christopher Starr said, It Factor Live was amazing. We learned so much in a short period of time. I have a year's worth of projects to work on for my business. I now have the tools to move forward, and I predict that 2012 will be my best year ever. Well, guess what? It was. He doubled his shows from 2011, where he was doing about 60 shows during his summer daycare tour. In 2012, he doubled it, and he did 111 shows. The guy did massive amounts of bookings in his business. You can achieve similar results. You just have to apply what we work on at It Factor Live. And remember, it's all included. There's no pitching. It's there. It's ready for you, and it's out there for the taking. If you're you're up for the challenge. Reserve your seat again because it will sell out. You can lock in your success at magicmarketingcenter.com/IFL just until we fill up those last 3 seats. So do not delay on this. If you're on the fence, again, jump over to one side because we are going to sell this out before the deadline on Friday. Here's Phil Meyer. I came to It Factor Live because I was in a spot in my business where I was spinning my wheels. I was in a rut. I couldn't get any traction. I came here to try and get one golden nugget. Let me tell you, I'm leaving here with 25 golden nuggets. Overall, it was an incredible conference. I learned so much about things like Google AdWords, Facebook, social media, how it all intertwines together. As times change, we as magicians need to do things differently. Awesome, awesome, awesome conference. I'm looking forward to next year and growing my business. You guys can do this. Do not let fear hold you back. You are guaranteed an emotional boost at It Factor Live, which is going to give you that momentum because you're working on your business with us and with our team of consultants. You're not working in your business. You're getting out of the office. The networking opportunity, we build in special breaks. We have cocktail receptions every single evening at 5 o'clock, so there's more networking time. The meals are networking times. Jack and I are talking on this webinar to you right now because of the networking we did way back in the early 2000s at the Dave D events. You will meet people that will become your lifelong friends, your lifelong colleagues that you will be able to bounce ideas off of, get credibility from, accountability, and truly grow your business and take your business to the business of your dreams. It's a virtual idea incubator because you're in that mastermind. Napoleon Hill talked about the mastermind concept. It's the synergy that comes together when people are all fighting for the same thing. We all want success. We all have ideas that work in my market. I'm going to share with Bob and Joe and John and whoever so that everybody can benefit. And that's how we grow, by learning from people in other markets, in outside industries, like with Emily Chase Smith and folks like Jessica Kupferman and Cindy Hoffman. We bring in these people. I bring in these people who would normally charge you top dollar. Hire Cindy Hoffman for a media consultation. It's $5,000. Hire Jessica Kupferman. It's $1,000 for her consultations. You're getting this stuff. You're getting the value in this is coming down to one show a month. If your business, guys, is not worth one show a month, you shouldn't be in business. Do you have any idea what retail businesses, mom and pop stores, have to pay in rent alone to keep their doors open, let alone how much they have to market themselves as a local restaurant? You and I have it so lucky working from home, opening up a suitcase table and making $250 or $300 or $400. Investing one show a month for the next 8 months or less is going to give you a massive return on investment. And the best part is you're out of the office and you're working on your business. I can't stress that enough because that's where the huge value is. You're not just sitting in your office wondering about doing better. You're taking the steps to be like the 2% of people that are going to do better. So stop getting by like 98% of the folks out there who are doing what they've always done and getting what they've always gotten, and start living your dreams and creating the life that you want to lead, like the 2% of people out there that do achieve this success. Jack and I, who wake up each day and truly love what we are doing, able to support our family, pursue our dreams, travel when we want. Start living your dreams like the 2% of people out there, and you'll discover that financial freedom and success is not as far off as you think. You just have to stop doing the same damn things that you've been doing and start stepping outside of the comfort zone, start thinking outside of the box, and start allowing yourself to seize the opportunities. Again, we only have 3 seats left. magicmarketingcenter.com/IFL. So, it looks like we are down to 2 seats. 2 seats. D Bates has just registered. Yes, D. We are down to 2 seats. That's the only person I see in the chat box here. So it looks like 2 seats, guys. Definitely left. Thomas Busk says, Brad, will you be bringing back the 5-year-old bowl cut from my picture early on? Maybe, Thomas, just maybe. But not at It Factor Live, that's for sure. We're going to open this up for any questions that you guys have. But again, we only have 2 seats left now. D, I will be in touch with you, and Jack will be in touch with you as well to get you the special bonuses. And D, I'll be adding you into the Facebook group page, and I'll also be in touch with you personally to talk to you about the hotel and everything else and give you access into the members area of It Factor Live. So look out for an email from me later tonight on that. This is your opportunity, guys, to answer any questions that you have. Richard, Michael's out there, Dwayne's out there, Brian, Bob, Bernie, Alan. Hey, Alan Rubenstein is on here, past It Factor Live attendee. Good to hear. Good to see you, Alan. Any questions you guys have, please feel free to type them in the question box. Jack, do you have any questions about or anything you want to add here to tonight?
I think one of the things that just comes through, Brad, is your enthusiasm for what you've put together here, and the obvious enthusiasm that people have and respect for what you've accomplished with the previous events. Those are great testimonials. Marty, you mentioned Marty Hahn. I tell you, I've been following Marty this year in his tales of the rabbit and the federal government, and I think that in itself is a testimonial to his ability to leverage what you guys have taught him on getting press out of just about anything. Because Marty has certainly become a real. Didn't he appear on Fox News? And
Marty's been on
CNN.
Fox News with John Stossel. I mean, he was making the rounds, and he's still going. It's still going on, but it's just incredible. I mean, what has happened from a simple little bit of publicity. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I think that right there is a lesson for all of us to learn from. That and again, he took action on it. He didn't just sit back and go, crap, they're trying to get me to pay a license fee for my rabbit. He actually took it and moved on it and made himself a celebrity in the magic community and also outside the magic community. He's been mentioned on websites all over the world for this specific situation, and that's smart management on his part. And I think you deserve a little bit of credit for that, certainly.
Well, thank you. I certainly appreciate that, and I appreciate your compliment on the enthusiasm. I have a lot of passion. I'm a big kid when it comes to this stuff, and I call myself a magic marketing nerd because I get so excited over marketing that works well, and I'm one of the only guys. I know you too, Jack, appreciate this, and when you go out to your mailbox and someone sends you a great piece of marketing and you just get so damn excited about it because, man, that was a really good piece. There's very few of us in the world that get excited over unsolicited mail campaigns and junk mail, but we enjoy it. We truly love that. I love sharing and teaching this. As Jack and we were talking earlier today, and just my future plans. I am still a performing illusionist. We're taking our new show to Branson next summer, and I truly love performing magic. I'm in no way ready to give that up. I have many more goals and levels that I want to climb to. And at the same time, with my marketing, in 2009 was when I first started planning It Factor Live. I was at another marketing workshop, and I said, man, I would love to do my own workshop and take everything I've learned over the years and bring in the speakers that I'd love to hear and all this other, great concepts. And it was just a pipe dream until I put the pedal to the metal. And a lot of people would say, yeah, but you've never planned anything. How are you going to put this together? Those are the skeptics, the cynics. I said, if I want to do it, I can do it. And I credit everything in my life, in my career. When someone tells me, how are you going to do it, or tells me I can't do it, I say, I'm cleaning it up for you, but I usually just say, screw you, I'm going to do it. And that pushes me. I thrive on that because it's like someone kicking dirt in my face and saying, you're not so hot, you can't do this. That pushes me to do it. And I'm beyond humbled and thrilled that I'm able to, it's great to do things that just help so many people. And on a personal level, I'm just so humbled that I can be doing this now for the third year in a row and bringing together new speakers and bringing together some of the past speakers to teach new things to our attendees and to help people grow. And personally, it's, I'm just so honored that people choose to learn with me and to take the journey with me. And again, folks like Marty that have gone on this journey now for the past 2 years and are coming on it with me again at It Factor Live 2013 and are going to be part of our Mastermind and Success Alumni Coaching Club, which again, there's no additional fee. It's all included. You're getting a year-long marketing program for the price of attending one workshop. And everything else. I mean, it's you're getting a quarter of that value from Jack alone tonight with the 3 products he's giving to you. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And I try and make things affordable, and I try and make things, when I create what I offer and I create the value, I practice what I preach. Anyone that says Brad Ross doesn't practice what he preaches doesn't know his ass from his elbow. And I'll come right out and say that, because anyone that has done business with me, anyone that has worked with me, anyone that's attended my events and actually knows me, knows I believe very firmly in over-delivering. That's something I learned from my dad, who in his orthodontic office it's like an arcade. He has like eight or 10 different bubblegum machines with little capsules. No bubblegum in there in an orthodontics office, but there's little toy capsules. And he doesn't want kids putting their own quarters in there. He gives them tokens to put in there. He over delivers. He decorates for every single holiday because he wants his office to be warm and inviting. It costs him money to do things, to have coffee and pastries for his patients, and to make a warm and caring environment. All of the things that I learned from him, I do in my business because I believe in over-delivering, over-value. It's one of the greatest lessons you can learn in business. Over-promise and then over-deliver to people. And that's one thing you will experience when you attend It Factor Live. It's that kind of an environment. And so I'm just so honored to take this journey with so many people, and of course, to be bringing all this great material and really to be changing people's businesses and in turn changing their lives. So for that, I thank you, because it certainly is an honor to be able to do that. So it doesn't look like we have any other questions here. So we are going to wrap things up. If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to direct them to me. You can drop me an email. You can drop Jack an email if you have any questions for him. And Jack will send you out the link again. Again, this offer for all of Jack's goodies is valid only until these last 2 seats now sell out, which I'm pretty convinced that they are going to here in the next short little while, and there'll be a big email announcement that says sold out. We are very serious about that number. Once we sell out that number, it's done. We do shut down registration because, again, it's the limit of what we have available. So again, magicmarketingcenter.com/IFL is where you want to go to join us at this year's It Factor Live 2013. And I can promise you, again, if you take this journey with us, you are going to learn to do what you love and to love what you do. Jack, again, thank you so much for inviting me here tonight to share my experiences and to invite your folks to join us at this very, very exclusive and very special event.